Picture this. You're driving down the highway, hands gripping the steering wheel so tight your knuckles are white, trying to control every single turn, every lane change, every possible outcome. Exhausting, right? Well, that's exactly how many of us approach life. And it's no wonder we're stressed out of our minds. We create these elaborate mental roadmaps that look like some kind of GPS. Graduate by 25, check. Married by 30, check. Dream house by 35, check. Perfect career trajectory mapped out all the way to retirement, double check. We got it all figured out, or so we think. But then life comes along with its own ideas. And suddenly we're in full panic mode because reality doesn't match our carefully crafted expectations. Sound familiar? I bet it does. Because we've all been there. We've all had that moment where we look around and think, wait, this isn't how it was supposed to go. But here's the thing, maybe it's going exactly how it's supposed to go, just not how we planned it. Let's get real for a second. Here's a radical thought that may blow your mind. What if we're not actually falling behind? What if there's no such thing as behind in the first place? I know. It sounds crazy. But stick with me here. We're constantly measuring our lives against some imaginary universal timeline that doesn't actually exist. Seriously, think about it. We decided that success had to look a certain way by a certain age. Who wrote these rules we're desperately trying to follow? Was there some cosmic committee that met and decided, okay, everyone needs to have their life together by 30, or they're officially failures? The answer is no one. These timelines, these expectations, these shoulds, they're all made up. They're social constructs that we've somehow convinced ourselves all along. But here's the truth, Bob. Your life doesn't have to follow anyone else's script. Your timeline is your own, and it's perfectly valid whether you're hitting those arbitrary milestones or not. Think about some of the most successful people you know or admire. I guarantee you, most of them didn't follow a straight line to get where they are. They zigzagged, they stumbled, they took detours, they changed directions. And those detours, they weren't delays. They were part of the journey. Here's something beautiful to consider. Life has its own organic flow, its own natural rhythm. It's like a river. Sometimes it moves fast, rushing over rocks and through rapids. Sometimes it slows down, meandering through peaceful valleys. And sometimes it seems to pull up, looking still on the surface, but actually gathering energy for the next stretch. Your life is that river. Sometimes it moves faster than you expect, and you feel like you're being swept along. Sometimes it moves slower, and you feel stuck or stagnant. But here's what's amazing. Sometimes it takes you on complete detours that turn out to be exactly where you needed to go. Those setbacks you've been beating yourself up about, they may actually be setups for something better. That wrong turn you took last year, it may lead to opportunities you never could have planned for. That relationship that didn't work out, that job you didn't get, that dream that fell through, what if they were all redirecting you toward something even better? Some of the best chapters in our lives are the ones that weren't in our original draft. The plot twists, the unexpected characters, the scenic routes we never intended to take. These often become the most meaningful parts of our story. So maybe, just maybe, your life isn't off track. Maybe it's finding its own perfect track. So here's what I want you to try. Stop looking at your life through the lens of should be and start seeing it for what it is. a unique journey that's perfectly yours. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I should be further along by now, I want you to pause and replace it with, I'm exactly where I need to be. Because you are. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're not doing life wrong. You're living and learning at exactly the pace you're meant to. Your struggles, your victories, your quiet moments of growth, they're all happening in perfect timing for your journey. This shift in perspective is not just feel-good fluff. It's actually incredibly powerful. When you stop fighting against where you are and start embracing it, you open yourself up to the lessons and opportunities that are right in front of you. This moment, right here, right now, is not just some waiting room before your real life begins. It's your life, happening right now. While you're worrying about tomorrow's goals and beating yourself up about yesterday's mistakes, you may be missing today's gifts. The lessons that are trying to teach you something important. The growth that's happening beneath the surface. The small victories you're not even noticing. The quiet moments of clarity that could change everything. They're all part of your story. Your story doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be valuable and worthwhile. So instead of constantly looking ahead to some future version of yourself, try appreciating the version of yourself that exists right now. The version has overcome challenges, learned lessons, and grown in ways the younger you couldn't have imagined. Give yourself some credit for that journey. So here's my challenge for you. Loosen your grip a little. Let life surprise you. Just that, even when things don't go according to your plan, they may be going according to a better one. Your journey isn't about reaching some predetermined destination on schedule. It's about who you become along the way. And that kind of growth, that kind of transformation, it happens in its own perfect time. You can't force it. You can't rush it. And you definitely can't control it. But you can trust it. Remember, you're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. Your journey is unique, it's valuable, and it's happening in perfect timing. So until next time, thank you for listening. And never stop believing in yourself.